I pretty much started my company. It's the proverbial story of starting a company in your basement, and it was just me in my basement for a while. But I always had the goal of growing and hiring people, and that's what we've done. As a business leader, I'm very collaborative. I think that's the main thing. I'm always getting input from other business leaders, from other members of my team, and I'm always really looking to learn new things. I take a lot of classes and try to keep learning more because I still have a lot to learn. I was raised in a small Missouri town by parents who were also raised in small Missouri towns. My parents were a nurse and a teacher, and my dad, the teacher, was raised in a community that told him he was stupid and he couldn't do anything right. So I think it's really amazing that my parents raised two daughters to believe that they were really smart and they could do anything they set their minds to. We both became engineers. I went to school at the University of Kansas. When I graduated with my engineering degree, I started work in the electrical engineering consulting field at an MEP firm in Orlando, Florida. We moved from there a couple of years later to Wichita, Kansas, where I also worked at a mechanical, electrical, plumbing firm. And then moved from engineering to lighting design and physically moved to Los Angeles, California to seek out my career, my passion of lighting design. And then finally, 20 years ago, we moved back kind of home to St. Louis to be closer to family. And this has become home. Our company, RBLD, gets the opportunity to really represent St. Louis to the world. And what do I mean by that? We work on projects in St. Louis that become award-winning projects, and then they go on screens at awards events nationally and internationally, and this is a St. Louis project. Here's the St. Louis City Hall is a recent one. And at the same time, we work on projects from other parts of the country or other parts of the world, and here we are, a St. Louis lighting designer representing St. Louis to the world. So to me, that's success, is bringing the best light that we can on St. Louis and sharing that light with the world. Usually, I have a race or a hike or some endurance thing on the calendar, and I don't right now, so I need to get on that. I need to put something out there to challenge myself. But other goals that I have going on right now is to read more books. I have a goal this year of reading 30 books. I'm working my way up to hopefully 50 a year, because I heard that CEOs should read 50 books a year. I also just personally have the goal of launching my kids. I have a 20 and 22-year-old, and my 22-year-old has recently started his life in Los Angeles, so one down, one to go. And then all the house projects, so many things I want to design and build and update, and of course, put new lighting in my own house. So those are my goals. I'm going to answer that question from a personal perspective. The hardest thing I ever did was raise kids. My son had a heart surgery at 12. My other child is neurodiverse, I guess. So I think we all have those challenges. Overall, my challenges have been pretty minor. I feel like I've had a really lucky life, and maybe some of that is just what you choose to focus on, but I think all of us have those internal challenges that we're dealing with. The biggest one just being, who am I? And that affects my life personally, it affects my business. Early in my career, the answer to that question would have been, I worked on the Venetian Casino in Las Vegas. Super cool, I was very proud of that. And as lighting designers, we do get involved with very prominent projects. And so I can walk around St. Louis and say, well, our company worked on the Arch, or on Keener Plaza. We worked on the Missouri Botanical Garden. We've worked on projects at the zoo and at the Science Center and the City Garden. The list goes on. But today, the projects that I think about, the projects that really excite me, are projects that are important and meaningful. We're working on a Riverbank Park project in Flint, Michigan, and to me, my goal is that when that project is finished, you're going to Google Flint and water, and you're going to see pictures of this fountain at this Riverbank Park, and not just the story of what happened in Flint. So, working on projects that are going to matter to a community are really important to me. Just last week, I got to go aim the lights at the Pillars of the Valley, the Mill Creek Valley Memorial with Damon Davis, the artist, and that was just a highlight. It's the most fun I've had at work in a long time. So those are the projects I'm most proud of.